You didn't choose this life. Sit with that, not the things you chase, not the things you admire, not even the version of success you wake up trying to become. Because long before you had a voice, someone else was already speaking into your mind. Softly, patiently, relentlessly. And the most dangerous part, it didn't feel like control. It felt like you. It started before you could question anything. A screen flickering in the corner of a quiet room, colors, sounds, characters. You thought it was entertainment. It wasn't. It was instruction. You watched heroes who looked a certain way, confident, admired, chosen. They lived in certain houses, wore certain clothes, won in very specific ways. And slowly, you connected the dots. Happiness looked like that. Success looked like this. Being enough looked like that. No one explained it to you. They didn't need to. Then came the voices closer to home. Family, friends, people who meant well, but carried beliefs they never questioned. Work hard, be realistic, don't aim too high. Or the opposite, be the best. Stand out, make us proud. Different words, same effect. They handed you a blueprint before you even knew you had a choice. Then came school. Not a place built to understand you, but a system built to measure you. Right answers mattered more than original thought. Obedience was rewarded more than curiosity. You learned quickly, be correct, or be quiet. So you raised your hand when you were sure and stayed silent when you weren't, because being wrong had a cost, and slowly you began to avoid it. Not just in class, but in who you were becoming. You stopped exploring the parts of yourself that didn't come with approval. You started editing who you were, not for truth, but for acceptance. Then the world expanded, and it got louder. Billboards, television, music, and eventually, your phone. A small screen that could hold your attention longer than anything else ever had. At first, it felt like freedom, access, connection, possibility, but beneath that, something else was happening. You weren't just watching anymore, you were being studied. Every pause, every like, every second, your attention lingered. It was all being recorded, learned, refined, and then fed back to you. More precise, more addictive, more difficult to ignore. You started seeing lives that looked perfect, bodies that looked effortless, money that looked easy, and without noticing, you began to compare. Not loudly, just a quiet feeling, a subtle discomfort, a sense that maybe you're behind, maybe you're not doing enough, not achieving enough, not becoming enough. And that feeling, it kept you engaged, because maybe the next thing you see will show you how to fix it. But it never does, because this system was never built to satisfy you. It was built to keep you wanting more, wanting better, wanting different. And the more you want, the easier you are to direct. Look closely. Why do you want that lifestyle? That car, that recognition? Why does it matter so much? Did that desire come from within? Or was it placed there, over time, layer by layer, until it felt like your own? Because this system doesn't control you by force. It controls you by suggestion, repetition, normalization. It shows you something once, then again, until it stops feeling like influence and starts feeling like truth. Just accept it. You defend it. You defend the grind that drains you. You defend the standards that exhaust you. You defend the desires you never chose. You call them dreams. But are they? Or are they expectations you inherited without question? Think about it. How much of your life is built on decisions you never truly examined? The path you're chasing, the image you're maintaining, the life you're trying to prove you deserve. Who are you trying to convince? The world or yourself? Because somewhere along the way, you stopped asking what you actually want. You got busy becoming what you saw, becoming what was praised, becoming what was accepted, and maybe you became so good at it that you forgot there was ever another option. Not for long, just enough to hear your own thoughts. Without the noise, strip it all away, the expectations, the comparisons, the pressure to keep up. What's left? Not what looks good, not what sounds impressive, not what earns approval, but what feels real, because that's where your truth has been. Quiet, buried beneath everything. You were taught to want, and finding it won't be loud. It won't be a dramatic moment where everything suddenly makes sense. It will be subtle, uncomfortable, because it requires questioning what you've believed for years. But that discomfort, that's where something shifts. So the next time you feel the pull to chase, to prove, or to become, pause and ask yourself, is this really mine?